Please open your Sutra book. Turn to page 15 of the commentary. Page 15, fourth line of the scripture. Diligently seek to learn, offer and uphold, cultivate virtue, and fulfill boundless merit. This particular section is thoughtfully placed under the first great vow in the commentary, which is carefully divided into 4 distinct and smaller parts. Break time equals 0.5s/. The very first part is observation, and the second part is selection. I've already introduced the first 4 to everyone. Today, let's look at the third part. Within these profound and ancient scriptures, we can deeply sense and truly comprehend the sacred and foundational origin of Amitabha Buddha's magnificent and serene Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss, a realm of unparalleled purity and boundless joy, meticulously described for the spiritual cultivation of all sentient beings. In modern terms, it's the history of the Pure Land. In Buddhist teachings, it's called the dependent origination of the Pure Land. Where did it come from? How did it come about? Why did Amitabha Buddha establish the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss? Although the sacred scripture itself isn't very long, the profound principles within it are infinitely deep and vast. We truly need to carefully contemplate and deeply experience them. Break time equals 0.5s/. It profoundly observes the inherent emptiness of the entire Dharma realm and all the myriad Buddha lands. And within this profound observation, every single word spoken about the intricate adornments, the underlying karmic causes, and the resulting retributions is clearly and completely understood and fully comprehended. Then, from this, a choice is made, a wholehearted choice, choosing what one truly wishes for. In this profound and significant way, the truly immense and compassionate vow to diligently establish the serene and ultimate Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss, and to wholeheartedly help all sentient beings throughout the vast cosmos attain genuine and complete spiritual enlightenment, was meticulously and firmly formed. A solemn vow is made, but if you don't diligently put it into practice to truly fulfill your heartfelt wish, then your wish, your profound aspiration, will ultimately come to absolutely nothing. That would indeed be an entirely empty vow. So a vow must be accompanied by action. This section today is only about action, how to make one's wish a reality. This is a very important topic. It's all truly worth our learning and understanding. Diligently and earnestly seeking to acquire knowledge and understanding, this profound dedication clearly demonstrates that their earnest pursuit of learning is absolutely not undertaken in a casual, superficial, or careless manner, but rather with great seriousness and unwavering commitment. They are truly and deeply dedicated, consistently specializing and working diligently and tirelessly in their unwavering pursuit of excellence and their specific goals. This profound and continuous pursuit of learning and understanding is truly like meticulously selecting the very essence, the most profound wisdom from among all the countless and diverse disciples of the enlightened Buddhas in the vast and boundless worlds of form, to build the Western Pure Land of ultimate bliss. We know and understand that all Buddhas and Tathagatas, when they are engaged in the profound and compassionate act of teaching and guiding all sentient beings, ultimately have just three fundamental and overarching main goals that serve as the core purpose of their profound spiritual instruction and guidance. These three important goals must be carefully put into practice and diligently taught to everyone. Only then can there truly be real and lasting results. So, how do we put them into practice? We must have skillful means and expedient methods. Buddhism often says that compassion is the foundation and expedient means are the method. These two statements are very important. You absolutely must not treat them as empty cliches. If you are indifferent, then you won't learn anything. Compassion as the foundation. Have we developed a compassionate heart? So, what is a compassionate heart? A compassionate heart is a heart of genuine love. To genuinely care for all sentient beings across the vast and boundless universe, extending compassion without any form of discrimination or attachment whatsoever, irrespective of their race, ethnicity, or religious belief, treating each and every one of them with absolute equality and profound respect. This kind of loving heart is called great compassion and great mercy. This is why Buddhism is based on compassion. If you want to put this loving heart into practice, you must choose expedient means. So, what are expedient means? If we look at Amitabha Buddha's conduct throughout the Infinite Life Sutra, every single action is a skillful expedient. Just look at the very beginning. Amitabha Buddha attentively listened to his esteemed teacher's wise and compassionate guidance. Not only did the benevolent teacher meticulously introduce him to the vast and diverse Buddha lands of all directions, but also, through his profound and miraculous spiritual power, he skillfully made the intricate and vibrant circumstances of those countless worlds appear vividly and immediately right before him, so he could clearly perceive and comprehend everything with absolute clarity. This is just like what the ancient Chinese used to say: read 10,000 books, travel 10,000 miles. Traveling 10,000 miles is study tours or field investigations. It means actually going out to understand the true nature of things. When you are deeply engaged in reading books, you are truly exploring the various theories and concepts within them. You learn some interesting and important facts, but you still need to thoroughly investigate the details, and you still need to carefully observe the situation around you. This way, what you see and what you hear can match up. So what you see and what you hear. There shouldn't be any discrepancies between them. Only then can you develop wisdom, true wisdom. Only then will you know how to act properly. The formation of the material world is a phenomenon created by the deluded thoughts, discrimination, and attachments of all sentient beings. Now, if we want to solve this problem, we still have to rely on this fundamental principle, even in the present moment. First, we need to teach the sentient beings first. To recognize the cycle of rebirth. In ancient India, there were many religious figures, what the Buddhist scriptures refer to as the 96 non-Buddhist paths. You could say there were 96 schools of thought, 96 religions. These people, their wisdom and their cultivation were far beyond what ordinary people could compare to. They had the ability to observe the 6 realms of rebirth. So the situation within these 6 realms was extremely clear to them. But where did the 6 realms come from? Why does this phenomenon exist? As for how to resolve this phenomenon, they didn't know. They knew what was happening, but of course, they didn't know why it was happening. So this particular problem has never been truly solved. The reason Buddhas and Bodhisattvas appear in the world is to help sentient beings solve problems. But if sentient beings have no intention or desire to solve this problem, then even if Buddhas and Bodhisattvas appear in the world, it's useless. They can't help. This is what Buddhism calls people without affinity in the Buddha's land, cannot respond to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So, in ancient India, there were so many accomplished individuals and great virtuous ones who wanted to solve this problem. That means they had the affinity. As long as there is this thought, sentient beings will have a response. The thought itself is the response. Then, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will manifest in that region in response, helping everyone solve this problem. Since samsara is an illusory realm manifested from delusion, discrimination, and attachment, this realm isn't real. The Prajnaparamita Sutra puts it well, all forms are illusory. He especially tells us about the truth of the 6 realms of samsara. Everything conditioned is like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow. Like dew or a flash of lightning, we should contemplate it in this way. The Buddha explains this so clearly and thoroughly in the Diamond Sutra. If you can contemplate things this way, then you truly see through the world. If you can see through, of course you can let go. Let go of what? Let go of all discrimination and attachment. As long as you let go of discrimination and attachment, the 6 realms of samsara will disappear. This illusory phenomenon will also vanish. The true, normal state will then appear before you. What is this true, normal state? It is the one true Dharma realm. The sutra we are reading today, then the land of ultimate bliss will manifest right before us. The land of ultimate bliss is right here. If your mind can't make the shift, you won't be able to see the land of ultimate bliss, nor the one true Dharma realm. This is what is meant by, there is not even a hair's breadth between the ordinary and the sage. The only difference between an ordinary person and a sage is a single thought. With one awakened thought, an ordinary person a sage with one deluded thought, a sage an ordinary person. So you might ask, if an ordinary person becomes a sage, when would they become ordinary again? I think there must be people who have this question. All right, in the Shurangama Sutra, Venerable Purna asked this question on our behalf. He brought this very question to Shakyamuni Buddha. As for how Shakyamuni Buddha answered, I won't say it here. You should go read the Shurangama Sutra yourself. The Shurangama Sutra gives a very detailed answer. It's a scripture that opens up wisdom. The first purpose of this teaching is to guide us to cut off evil and cultivate goodness. Maybe everyone has heard of the 5 dusts of Buddhism. The 5 dusts of Buddhism add the human dust and heavenly dust to the 3 dusts. The teachings for cutting off evil and cultivating goodness belong to the human and heavenly dusts of Buddhism. Nowadays, many people talk about humanistic Buddhism. Humanistic Buddhism must focus on cutting off evil and cultivating goodness. So what is the standard for the lower level? The 10 virtues without transgressing the precepts. The meaning of without transgressing is boundless sound and light. From the very first aspiration all the way to the fruition of Buddhahood, it is never left behind. The higher you go, the more marvelous it becomes. Whether in its theoretical aspects or in its practical form, it is absolutely brilliant. As beginners, where exactly should we truly start? The ancient great masters, like the revered Master Hongi, meticulously compiled their essential explanation of the 5 precepts, which is considered the fundamental introductory course. Break time equals 0.5s/. In the early Qing dynasty, the esteemed Master Hongzan meticulously compiled the comprehensive and highly significant work known as the Commentary on the Novice Monk's Precepts, which thoroughly provides exceptionally detailed and extensive annotations for the benefit of all aspiring monks. Within the Novice Monk's Precepts, every step is without interruption. Going back a bit further in time, in the profound works of the esteemed Masters Lianqi and Oi, there are also truly brilliant and insightful beginnings. All of these significant and valuable contributions are important materials for our comprehensive study and understanding. We must be diligent and put in effort. But nowadays, even though there are truly vast amounts of sacred scriptures available, the opportunities to diligently study them have unfortunately become quite rare. No one is teaching and no one is promoting them. However, this is the foundational course for Buddhist practice. Without this foundation, No matter which Dharma door you study, you won't benefit from it. In more recent times, Master Yingguang, as you all know, was the manifestation of great strength Bodhisattva, Mastmapta, from the Western Pure Land. The profound words of the revered Master Yingguang are the sacred teachings of the great strength Bodhisattva. We must understand this point, and we should faithfully accept, diligently practice, and embody them. Master Yin profoundly used the profound teachings of Liao Fan's Four Lessons to meticulously lay the fundamental groundwork for our comprehensive understanding of the intricate principles of cause and effect. This is indeed the very crucial and foundational first step. If we know absolutely nothing about the fundamental principles and the true reality of karma and its profound consequences, then our spiritual faith and aspiration simply cannot be firmly established. This is absolutely and profoundly true. So this foundational book is meticulously used to firmly lay the comprehensive and unwavering foundation for our deeply held faith and our noble aspirations, and then, building upon this solid groundwork, we thoughtfully move on to the profound teachings found within Guiyin Pinno and the extensive wisdom contained in No and Shiquan Shu. The first half of An Shiquan Shu consists entirely of the text of Emperor Wencheng's instructions, which is completely the same as the Taishang Gainiang Pian, a significant and influential text. In another significant section, the ancient text Wan Shan Xian Ji specifically and clearly emphasizes the crucial precept of not killing, a fundamental principle. The third and final part, Yu Hai Hui Kwong, particularly and thoroughly explains the fascinating stories behind the various quotations, providing deeper insights. The final and conclusive section of this discourse points directly and unequivocally to the profound concept of rebirth in the Pure Land, a spiritual realm of ultimate bliss and liberation. Master Yin used these three books to teach and transform people in our modern era. These three books have taken the place of the traditional precepts. After you read them, just going through them once is definitely not enough. You need to read them thoroughly and reflect deeply, earnestly, and sincerely following the profound teachings in these sacred books to truly cut off all evil and diligently cultivate goodness. Then you will certainly achieve the remarkable results of being reborn as a human or in the heavens. This fulfills the first goal of the Buddha and Bodhisattva's teachings. You will secure your status as a human or heavenly being, never falling into evil paths, falling into evil realms, and creating causes three lower realms. Our six senses are influenced by external circumstances. We give rise to thoughts and create karma. So, what's the reason? It's because, although we've read these three kinds of books, our understanding isn't deep enough. Our level of comprehension just isn't sufficient. In other words, you haven't truly read them thoroughly. That's why you can't achieve deep reflection. To put it another way, you can't even secure rebirth in the human or heavenly realms. So what will happen to you in this lifetime? Where will you end up? You say you recite the Buddha's name and seek rebirth in the Western Pure Land. Can you really make it there? The Western Pure Land truly exists. That's absolutely real. The great patriarchs have told us that everyone who cultivates for it can be reborn there. Everyone who practices can go. But the crucial question is, have we truly and effectively cultivated these essential aspects? Fellow practitioners, we all have cultivated. Every day we come to the Buddha recitation hall to chant the Buddha's name. On the surface, it looks like we are doing it, but do we really have the substance? What does it mean to have substance? It means to cut off all evil, cultivate all good, recite the Buddha's name sincerely, and you will definitely be reborn there. If we haven't stopped doing evil or cultivated goodness, even if you recite the Buddha's name in the hall for 24 hours a day, you won't be reborn. You need to understand this. If you're reciting the Buddha's name in the hall but your words are good while your heart is not, it won't work. As the ancients said, if your mouth is reciting Amitabha but your mind is scattered, if you're still having random thoughts in your heart, how can that work? Your mouth recites Amitabha and your mind thinks of Amitabha. Your mind can't be running wild with thoughts. With your body bowing to Amitabha, your mind thinking of Amitabha, and your mouth reciting Amitabha, when all three actions are focused and sincere, that's true faith. You also have to develop the habit. You can't leave the Buddha recitation hall and go back to having random thoughts. It's useless. After leaving recitation hall, mind reciting Buddha's name shouldn't be interrupted. No lingering doubts, no distracting thoughts, no unwelcome interruptions. Only then can you be absolutely sure of attaining a blessed rebirth in the Pure Land. So let's take a closer look at Amitabha Buddha, a revered figure in Mahayana Buddhism, and truly understand and appreciate the profound spirit of spiritual practice and devotion that originated and flourished in ancient India. This profound kind of courage, unwavering diligence, steadfast perseverance, and truly wise choices, these are precisely the essential qualities and valuable lessons that we absolutely need to learn. The second goal of all Buddha's teachings is to help us break through delusion and attain enlightenment. Look at the first goal, to stop doing evil and cultivate goodness. If you can't achieve the very first goal, then the second goal is out of reach. You definitely won't be able to break through delusion. You won't attain enlightenment, so the first goal is the foundation for the second goal. All fellow practitioners, you must remember this. Therefore, the 10 virtues without boundaries are the great root and foundation of our cultivation. Our thoughts, words, and actions must always be in accord with them. The Contemplation Sutra lists the 3 blessings, and this is the very first blessing: filial piety to parents, respect and service to teachers and elders, a compassionate heart without harm, and practicing the 10 virtues. If you can accomplish these 4 lines, then you can be confident in attaining rebirth in the Pure Land through reciting the Buddha's name. So just how important are the 10 boundless virtues?